Justice Yashwant Varma, from whose house a stash of burnt cash was recovered last week, should be transferred to the Allahabad High Court. The Supreme Court Collegium has recommended. Now the ball is in the court of the centre, which can now issue a formal order. According to the Supreme Court, in its meetings held on the 20th and the 24th of March, it recommended sending the Delhi High Court judge back to the Allahabad High Court. My colleague Nupur joins us with more details on this. Nupur, how does this recommendation, find favor with judges? What is expected next? And also take us through the process that really happened with regard to this case.
Well, first of all, in the Supreme Court in today's notification has in fact clarified that in the first meeting on March 20, the Supreme Court Collegium had in fact consulted about and considered that he should be in fact transferred back to Allahabad High Court. Now, in today's meeting, that is on March 24, the Supreme Court Collegium has decided that Justice Yashwant Varma should be recommended to be transferred back to the Allahabad High Court. Now the centre will take a call if it wants to approve the recommendation that has been made by the Supreme Court Collegium of transferring him back. Previously, on Friday, the Supreme Court in its earlier press note had in fact gave a reason about why the transfer was being considered. The Supreme Court had said that the proceedings and inquiry that are being initiated against Justice Varma are separate from the transfer, and transfer is being considered because he is in fact the second most senior judge in the Delhi High Court and is part of the collegium. And in Allahabad High Court, he will be the 9th senior most judge. And the case, also the incident of recovery of cash, in fact, occurred in Delhi. In his residence in Delhi. So it makes sense to, transfer him back to the Allahabad High Court while the inquiry is pending against him. So now, keeping all the facts in mind, the Supreme Court has been released an official statement that they are in fact recommending the transfer of Justice Yashwant Varma back to the Allahabad High Court.
Right. Nupur, also tell us what happens to Allahabad Bar saying that it won't accept the judge. Will that have any sort of impact on the decision that has been made?
Well, of course, if we say that the bar consists of the lawyers present there, they have in fact registered strong protest and in fact have went on to say that they would not accept trash and they are not trash bin. And they have in fact today sorted CBI and ED inquiry. They have sorted registration of an official complaint against Justice Yashwant Varma. And after all this controversy that has been going on in the Allahabad High Court, now the move by the Supreme Court will in fact come as a shocker to those protesting in Allahabad High Court. However, it will not impact the decision by the Supreme Court because ultimately the call is of the Supreme Court Collegium and the centre if Justice Yashwant Varma should be transferred back to Allahabad High Court or not. Allahabad High Court Bar, which comprises of lawyers practicing there, will not have any impact on this recommended transfer.
Right. Thank you, Nupur, for those details. The Collegium's decision here seems full and final. Meanwhile, Allahabad High Court lawyers have gone on a strike now. Allahabad Bar is against the transfer of Judge Yashwant Varma back to Allahabad High Court from where he was transferred to Delhi High Court. The bar, remember, has said that it had asked the Supreme Court Collegium not to send Justice Varma to Allahabad. My colleague Ranveer joins us with more details on this, but first let's listen into those reactions.
जस्टिस यशवंत सिन्हा जी को यशवंत वर्मा जी को यहाँ पर अगर भेजा जाता है, उनको कह दिया जाता है कि उनके खिलाफ जो जांच हुई है वो जांच में वो मतलब बरी पाए गए और निर्दोष पाए गए और उसके बाद इनको यहाँ भेजे जाने का प्रयास किया जाएगा, तो हम आगे भी इसकी पूरी की पूरी हम विरोध करेंगे और ज़रूरत पड़ी तो हम जितना हद तक हो सकेगा आंदोलन करेंगे। क्योंकि ये प्रयास तो शुरुआत से ही करना शुरू कर दिया गया था। जिस दिन ये मिला है, पहले तो ये खबर दबाने की कोशिश की गई। कोर्ट आज की तारीख में सुप्रीम कोर्ट की वेबसाइट पर उपलब्ध है, उसमें साफ दिख रहा है, हर चीज़ साफ है। ये जो प्रयास किया गया कि दबाया जाए, इससे अब लग रहा है कि आगे भी दबाने का प्रयास किया जाएगा।
My colleague Ranveer joins us with more details on this. Ranveer, tell us how did these lawyers protest today, because they have been resisting the transfer of Justice Yashwant Varma back to Allahabad High Court. What is it that they are demanding right now?
Allahabad High Court's Bar Association met today. The officials requested the Judicial Stop Authority not to send back Justice Yashwant Varma to Allahabad High Court. And earlier they said that Allahabad High Court is not a garbage bin. So this was a very hard comment. And today, after the meeting, 11 proposals were passed by the Bar Association, including impeachment against Justice Yashwant Varma, and also the officials requested the court that a CBI and ED inquiry should be done in this case, because the the so-called cash recovered from Justice Yashwant Varma's residence is a matter of criminal proceeding also. So the Bar Association want Justice Yashwant Varma should be impeached, and also an ED and CBI inquiry should be done against the recovery of cash from his residence. And the Bar Association officials that said that if Justice Varma will be sent back to Allahabad High Court, they will protest. And today also, post-lunch, they staged a protest against this case. So they are directly trying to convey their message that they do not want Justice Varma in Allahabad High Court, and that's why the Bar Association want impeachment along with ED and CBI inquiry in this matter.
Right.